Hey guys, welcome back to another GTA 5 tutorial. In this tutorial guys, we're just gonna go ahead and cover how to install LSPDFR, and we are only going to be installing one folder for LSPDFR, and we're gonna go ahead and try to do the whole setup and everything, and all the key change the keys that we might need to change. We are going to go ahead and do that in this video. That's why I'm going to only cover one thing, because if I cover 2, 3 or 4 things on top of this video is going to be way too long. So some other things we're gonna go ahead and cover those at some other time, but right now let's go ahead and try to install LSPDFR itself. And let me just go ahead and navigate to GTA 5 here on my Steam account, so that I can go ahead and browse my folder where we are going to be doing these mods at. All right, and some of this stuff guys, I already do have some notes for it, because it's a long list of keys that we are going to need to change to make sure that the game is running properly. So in order to save time, I'm gonna go ahead and cover only this LSPDFR folder. And of course you can always download your LSPDFR on lspdfr.com, so you can go ahead and go to download this file right here, and you're gonna go ahead and have to agree to download this file over here. And I am using the manual setup, and you can go ahead and use the automatic setup if you want to. I don't really like it, because sometimes you do install things that you don't really need to install with the with this setup right here, and you might need to go ahead and go manually yourself to remove those stuff off your game, because they actually do make your game crash, or they can actually make your make you lose texture as well. So I prefer to install the manual version, and this is what we are going to be doing today. So make sure you do download the manual version for that. All right, so with that said, let me go ahead and minimize this page, and of course I'm going to leave the link in the description for your LSPDFR download. All right, so without any further ado, let me go ahead and open up this folder right here, and like I always do, I'm going to go ahead and unzip my files here real quick. Let's go ahead and let that take its time, and we are going to be installing LSPDFR. And of course guys, I already have 2 videos before this one right here, so please go ahead and go check out those 2 videos. The first one is going to go ahead and show you how I set up my files or set up my game in order to prepare it for some mods like LSPDFR. And then the next video is going to go ahead and show you the basic mods that you need to make sure are very much installed on your PC, to make sure your game is going to be functioning properly and everything like that. And you need to go ahead and install WinRAR on your PC. You need to go ahead and install OpenIV. We are not going to be using OpenIV today, but in the previous video we did use OpenIV installing a game config. And you are going to need Notepad++. It might just come in very handy in this tutorial right here, Notepad++. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and take a look. You can go ahead and highlight everything right here, and then you can go ahead and hold your control key. We need to go ahead and deselect this license folder, and the next one that we need to deselect is going to be let me just go ahead and scroll through this. Is going to be this readme right here. So make sure you unselect this readme right here and the license. So when I drag and drop everything inside my GTA 5 main directory, only 2 files that should be left over here is going to be this license and this readme right here. All right, so everything else, it goes inside your GTA 5 main directory. So let's go ahead and do just that. It's going to be 25 files that you need to drop in here. So let's go ahead and drop that in there. It's going to go ahead and install just like so. So we are pretty much done with our first install for LSPDFR. And like I said, these are the files that need to be left over here. Do not install these files over here. All right, so with that said, we are pretty much done with the install, but now we need to go ahead and do a little bit of fun work over here. So what we are going to do right now is go inside this LSPDFR folder. we need to go ahead and go inside this LSPDFR folder. And what we need to do here, we need to go ahead and make some changes in the keys INI, and we need to make some changes in this LSPDFR.ini as well. All right, so let me just go ahead and see which one this is. So this one is going to be the keys that we need to change, and I do have some notes for this. So let me just go ahead and leave this one over here. Let me see if I can find my notes here real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and try to cover this as quickly as possible in order to try and minimize time, but at the same time giving you all the information that you need. All right, I think let me go ahead and open up this one. All right, so this one is going to be for the keys INI, so make sure you open up the keys INI. This is the one that we are going to start with first. So the one on my left hand side is for my notes, and the one for into this one right here on my right hand side is the one that we need to change. All right, so since I have these notes, I can just copy and paste everything. I can just copy and paste everything over here and paste it over here if I wanted to, but since this is a tutorial, we might need to go line by line to make sure we are not missing anything. All right, so we need to go ahead and copy this word none. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and copy what's over here and put it over here. All right, hopefully that makes some sense. So let's go ahead and just copy this word none, Control C, just like so. So the first line is N, so we're just going to go ahead and leave it as N. The second line is none. We're going to go ahead and leave it as none. The third line is none as well. So we're going to go ahead and highlight this, Control V to change it to none, just like so. And then this one right here is going to be none. And then the crime report key, this one says B, so we need to go ahead and change this to none as well. And by doing this, you're gonna go ahead and find, like, when you do jump into the game and start pulling people over and stuff like that, you're not gonna have too many menus popping up on your screen. Mainly you are going to be using stop the pad, automate backup, and your compulite as well. I think that's the only three things that you really need to be worried about popping up your screen and everything like that. All right, so now we are on this line right here. It's going to be none. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this one as the right thumb right here, and the crime report modifier key is none. The toggle duty right here is E. We're gonna go ahead and leave it as that, and then over here is none. D-pad right, none, E, and then this one is none. D-pad right, none, D-pad right. And then over here it says perform arrest right here. As you can see on my notes, it says I, so I'll highly suggest you change this to a capital I as well, just like so. And then over here is none, D-pad right, none, D-pad right, none. And then over here perform a frisk is Q. We're just gonna go ahead and leave it as Q. Then over here is none, D-pad left, none. And then over here to stop the pad, the key, we're gonna go ahead and change the key to capital I. So we're gonna go ahead and change this one to a capital I right here. And then stop the pad modifier key is none, D-pad right, none. And then over here chase boy abort joint is none. We're gonna go ahead and change this to a none as well, so Control V to a none, just like so. And then the next one, none, and then we're gonna go ahead and change this one right here to a none as well. Go ahead and change this to a none as well. And then none, Y, none. Accept callouts, okay. Accept callouts is going to be none. I think is left shift key, if I'm not mistaken, but we're gonna go ahead and find out once we do play the game a little bit on how that works. But in this very tutorial, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into the game and do all this necessary setup, and possibly in the next episode or in the next tutorial we're gonna go ahead and test it out and see if everything is working or not. All right, so over here, so accept callouts, none. And where am I? I'm over here. So we're gonna go ahead and change this d-pad left to none over here as well, and then none, left shift key, none, and then over here the traffic stop start key, controller key, this one is A, and we need to where is the traffic stop? So right here, this is where I'm at right here. So this one we need to go ahead and change it to none over here. All right, and then a traffic stop controller modified key is none, and then this one right here, the traffic stop interact key, we're gonna go ahead and change this one right here to capital I, and then we're gonna go ahead and change none d-pad right. We're gonna go ahead and change this d-pad right to none, so control V, just like so. And I am over here apartment save. This is like if you get an apartment, because you do come with an office that does come with an apartment, you can change which apartment you want as well. I'm pretty sure for this version there might be different apartments or something like that. And if you want to go ahead and save a vehicle, you can go ahead and save a vehicle by hitting E by the garage or something like that. Outside the garage or something like that, there will be a spot marked with the blue marker where you can go ahead and park your vehicle, and when you press E, it's gonna go ahead and save your vehicle from there. All right, and then we do have apartment save vehicle modified key none, d-pad right none, and then over here I'm on the station enter garage. We're just gonna go ahead and leave that one as E. I'm over here right now, and then we do have none, d-pad right none, and then we have a Q none. All right, so we need to go ahead and change this X right here to a none. All right, just like so. And then over here for the backup menu, like I said, we are going to be using stop the pad and ultimate backup. So if you go ahead and leave this one right here as B, whenever you're using ultimate backup key is B, so you are going to have two menus to pop up. So if you don't want that, I'll highly suggest you change this to a none as well, like I'm going to do right now. Control V, change that to a none. And what do I have? None over here. All right, let me just go ahead and take this one out. What do I have? None. Doesn't make any sense, but anyways, and then over here for the backup menu control key, this one says right thumb. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and change this one to a none as well. Control V on that, and that's pretty much it. So you can go ahead and save this right here. We're gonna go ahead and go to save. All right, let me just go ahead and save my file over here as well, because I did change that none over here. All right, so once you have this saved right here, guys, I'll highly suggest that you go ahead and go back to file and save as. Okay, save as. You can go ahead and save this to your desktop if you want to, or your external hard drive if you want to, for your future notes if you want to. So when the next time you actually do a fresh install for your LSPDFR, you can just go ahead and copy and paste everything from this folder to the one that says keys over here as well. You can just copy and paste. That way it will save you a lot of time changing things around like that. All right, so next we need to go ahead and go into this LSPDFR INI as well. So this one is pretty short, there's not really much to change, but we're just gonna go ahead and change it anyways. All right, Let me go ahead and bring up my notes for this one as well. I think it should be this one right here. Which is it? Here. All right, so it's going to be this one. So this one right here is my notes, and then this one over here is the one I need to change on my right hand side. So we're just gonna go ahead and copy whatever is over here. We're gonna go ahead and copy that over here, pretty much the same thing, right? So we're gonna go ahead and change, let's go ahead and copy this false right here, Control C, and then we're gonna go ahead and change this to false over here. And then we're gonna go ahead and change, let me see what else we need to change. I think it's more like 2 things or something like that. As you can see here, it says true. We need to go ahead and change this to true over here. Okay, let's go ahead and type true, just like so. And then over here it says false, and then it says false, it says true, and then it says true. So we can go ahead and change this to true right here. And I think that's pretty much it, if I am not mistaken. So we can go ahead and save. Let me just go ahead and close this. So once you made those changes over here, you can go ahead and go to file and save, and you are pretty much done with that. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take the liberty of trying to run our LSPDFR for the first time. Remember, we already installed some other mods like game config and its brothers and sisters and everything like that. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and try to run our LSPDFR for the first time. It might not work for some of you. You might need to restart your PC or something like that. I might need to restart my PC. I don't know, but I'm just gonna go ahead and try. But before I can do that, I'm gonna go ahead and copy create it. I'm just gonna go ahead and create a shortcut for my Reg native Reg plugin hook, and then for this one that says shortcut right here, I'm gonna go ahead and drag and drop this to my desktop, just like so. And you can go ahead and pin it over here if you want to, just like so. And then you can go ahead and close this, and we can go ahead and delete this if we want to. And now we're gonna go ahead and run our Reg plugin hook for the first time and see if we can go ahead and log into the game. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. And of course, you need to go ahead and do the first setup and everything like that. And the other thing that you might need to do, especially if you're running Rage plugin hook, is to turn off your virus protection. For me, I use McAfee, so let me just go ahead and do this here first before I can run my game. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it off for just a little bit, and then we can go from there. All right, okay, let me just go ahead and turn it off for the next 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure that's enough time for me to finish off this tutorial. And we just turned off one thing. I'm just going to go ahead and go back, and what I need to turn off now is going to be my firewall. Okay, let me go ahead and turn off my firewall. Let me go ahead and close this. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and turn off the firewall pretty much for the same amount of time, 30 minutes or something like that. Whenever I do play my LSPDFR, I always have my McAfee turned off. Okay, all right, so now we're gonna go ahead and continue with this. We're gonna go ahead and accept. All right, so now it's gonna go ahead and do his first checkup and everything like that. As you can see, once you come to this page right here, it has to actually pop up automatically when you do it like the way we just did right now. As you can see right now, our Grand Theft Auto 5 version 1.0.2845.0 retail 80. If it's in green like this, that means you are on the good side of LSPDFR and Reg plugin hook. That means it has a higher chance of working. And if it's in red, that means it's not compatible with the especially with the scorebook V. All right, so over here guys, it says login timeout threshold. I like to change mine to 60,000, just like so. So make sure you try to change yours to 60,000. In terms of the plugins, we don't really have that many plugins right now, but we're just gonna go ahead and try to launch our game for the first time. Let me just go ahead and go to, okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and try to run our LSPDFR first response for the first time here. All right, so we have that selected. You know what, let me just go ahead and select it like this, and then over here, did it actually give us an option to back up our files? Because it is very, very important that you try to back up your files. Let's go to game version over here. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna go ahead and back up my current game version, just in case there's a new update on on GTA 5 and my game actually updates, and I don't really have the current scorebook V that's going to be compatible with the new version or something like that, and I want to go ahead and revert to this version of GTA 5 and continue playing my LSPDFR. That could be an issue if you don't back up your files. So let me just go ahead and try to do that right now. As you can see, I am backing up my files right here. So I'll highly suggest that you try to back up your files as well. And it's gonna go ahead and take a little bit of time, and yeah, we have all the time in the world to wait for it to stay in here real quick, and then we can go ahead and go from there. So as I speak right now, it is 21 possibly more like 22 minutes into this video right now. That's why I really did not want to install too many things. If I go ahead and go to revert game version, as you can see right now, my game version 1.0 2845.0 it is supported, so I can always revert to this game version with this current LSPDFR, and it should work. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and save and launch and see if we can go ahead and go into our LSPDFR for the first time, and we're gonna go ahead and say okay over here. So Rage is gonna go ahead and try to run for this first time. It might not run for the first time. Like I said before, you might need to restart your PC to make sure everything is working properly, or you might not need to restart your PC. It just depends. I do not normally have to restart my PC, but it might come to to the fact that I might need to restart my PC or something like that, but we shall see. All right. Already, I don't know why it opened up my Rockstar game launcher, but I'm gonna go ahead and close it. And we still have Rage trying to plug in here for the first time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it the time it needs for it to log in for the first time. Like I said, for the first time it might be a little bit iffy, but you need to be a little bit more patient with these things sometimes. All right, or we might need to close it and try to run it back again. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, it's kind of like taking a little bit of time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel this, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to run it again. Hopefully this time it gives me something a little bit more concrete in terms of trying to validate my game files and everything like that, because I want to make sure I can actually run my my game for the first time and pretty much set up everything. What we need to go here though? Yeah, I might need to actually restart my PC for sure. Yeah, I think I might need to restart my PC, but since I might not really have that much time to restart my PC from here right now, that will be in the next episode, where we need to go ahead and pretty much check everything and make sure everything is running properly and stuff. All right, so right now it is asking me for scorebook V. I do not want to check for any updates. All right, click no on that. So it's still waiting for the game. Okay, so there you go. I think we're just gonna go ahead and run for the first time. Like I said, it can be a little bit iffy. It can be a little bit frustrating while you're trying to wait for the game to start and everything like that. But it seems like we are going to be in for the first time. All right, I'm a little bit excited, but not too excited, because once we do jump into the game and set up everything, that's when I'm going to say, okay, mine actually works. All right. This is the type of screen that you want to see when you're running your LSPDFR for the first time. When Rage is populating everything, making sure everything is smooth. The game will not have some really good graphics right now, but we're gonna go ahead and change that in the near future. Make sure the game is looking really good. So if you go ahead and follow pretty much everything that I'm going to be doing in these tutorials, your game is going to look exactly like mine. All right, and it should function as exactly like mine. And of course, there's always a chance that your game is going to crash. As a matter of fact, it is guaranteed that your game is going to crash at some point once you start adding things like callouts and stuff like that. There are some callouts that will always cause your game to crash, so it is part of the game. So you need to be very patient while modding GTA 5 for LSPDFR. All right. Already, as you can see, the first response has been added and we are logging in for the first time. Hopefully this thing is not going to crash and give me enough time to actually do what I need to do before I get the hell out of here. As you can see, guys, we are logging into the game as Franklin. I think you can actually go into the police station as Franklin. It really doesn't matter. How far are we from a thing right now? And I cannot even change the weather right now because I don't have a simple train or anything like that. But let's just go ahead and get a vehicle here. We're just gonna go ahead and go. All right, so the first thing that we need to check here, guys, once we open up our GTA 5 menu, you need to see if you have these icons right here. So these icons are for police stations, but we're just gonna go ahead and try to make our way to the main headquarters. All right, I think the main headquarters should be right here. So this is where we need to go, right here. All right, this is where we need to go right here to go ahead and set up everything. And yeah, so let's go ahead and make our way there, and I will see you guys in a minute. As you can see right now, my game is actually running properly. All right, I'm not running into texture loss or anything like that. The only thing that's not really good is the graphics, because it looks kind of dim at this moment. But anyways, I'll see you guys at the station. Alrighty, guys, we are just about to arrive to the headquarters where we need to be. And I was actually talking about texture loss and take a look at how much texture loss I'm having right now. But that's going to be okay once the game is running properly and everything like that. Once I have some of my mods installed, everything should be fine. Like, I'm not really worried about the texture loss that I'm getting right now. That's going to be fixed very soon. Franklin, please take off your hat, sir. All right, this fool does not want to take off this stupid thing. But anyways, let's make our way inside this police station right now, and some of the things still need to spawn inside here, as you can see. All right. So we're just gonna go ahead and go inside here. All right, so this is the locker room right here. and we need to go ahead and go into this blue marker right here, and this is going to be the first time setup for this. So let's go ahead and click our D-pad right, and once we do this, we are already in the game and we can go ahead and go on duty. So let's go ahead and go on duty right now. All right, it says select a character. You need to select a character to use LSPDFR. Would you like to go to the character selection menu? Yes, we want to go ahead and go to the character selection menu, and over here guys, you can go ahead and modify your character and everything like that to the specs that you want, to the specs that are given of course. So we're gonna go ahead and choose male, but for me I always like to choose like this because there's a specific haircut that I always look for. I think I just skipped it as well. Shit, I just skipped it again. So let me go ahead and try to slow down here. I don't want to be bold because I am not bold. So let me go ahead and take a look at these, see what's coming up here, and it has to be a male as well, so you know. All right, so there is the haircut right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to heritage here real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and try and make this guy kind of black. All right, I mean, I need to really make him black, so you know. All right, black and cute though, so that's the idea, black and cute. Who's going to be my father? Not this douchebag. Anyways, so over here guys, you can go ahead and select what you want, and you can go ahead and select who you want to resemble and everything like that, and you can go ahead and select the skin tone and everything like that. This is just for a tutorial right here guys. I'm gonna go ahead and change mine for sure to somebody that looks somewhat like me. All right. Yeah. Is Jasmine black there, or it looks a little bit iffy though? But anyways, let's go ahead and select Miss Grace over here. All right, as the father. Boy, Samuel. Okay, Nico. We might choose Nico as our father or something like that. All right. Okay. I would like to resemble my mother a little bit there, but this fool and his jawline, god damn son. All right, let's say you are very much satisfied with this. All right, we can go ahead and change the appearance as well if you want to. I already like the haircut, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep the haircut. And over here you can change your eyebrows, your facial hair, your skin blemishes and everything like that if you want to. All right, the list is long. You can go ahead and do that at your own time, and then after that you can go ahead and save this character right here, and of course you can go ahead and put whatever name you want to put there. I'm just going to go ahead and save it as John Williams. It really doesn't matter, and we are going to use this character right here. All right, so now that we have selected our character, now you can have access to the locker room. Now you can go ahead and select which department you want to work for. All right, we don't really have that many things right now. As you can see, you can work as a highway patrol over here. You don't really have that many uniforms right now because we have not installed any uniforms just yet. You can work as an FIB agent over here as well, as you can see some of that, but we are going to be installing some cool uniforms in the near future. This is just the default what comes with LSPDFR. So let's just go ahead and select this one, and we can go ahead and go to the police garage and go pick up something to drive here real quick. We're gonna go ahead and choose I'll go ahead and choose this one right here. Let's go ahead and select this bad boy. All right, so right now we can actually go on, we are already on duty. As you can see, you are now on duty, so now we can go ahead and begin our patrols if we want to. All right, so we can go ahead and press is it L3 or R3 right here for the siren and everything like that if you want to go ahead and pull somebody over. but since we made so many changes in the keys and everything like that, some things might not work. All right, so if let me see right here, it says where am I supposed to press there? Is it D-pad right or something like that for the computer? But since we don't have some of those things installed at this very moment in time, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and conclude this tutorial right here, guys. We already did the setup and everything like that, and in the next video, I don't know exactly what we are going to be installing, but we are going to be installing very much some cool things that are going to be supporting what we already have right now. So we'll be able to pull people over and everything and stuff like that. We'll be able to do a couple of things, and we are going to do a little bit of a showcase as well. But once you are at this point right here, guys, where I'm at, you're able to select your character, you're able to select the uniform, you're able to select the vehicle that you can use to patrol. Your LSPDFR is pretty much up and running, and all you need is some other things that are going to make it even better. All right, so with that said, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and end it right here. Maybe I might need to go ahead and go pull over somebody somewhere or something like that. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. I am out. Let me see. All right, so to pull over somebody, you need to press your left shift key. Okay, so your left shift key is going to be the one that we use to pull over somebody. And now I can go ahead and go outside of the vehicle. I thought I actually ended this tutorial, but anyways, let's go ahead and do this right here. So in order for you to speak with the driver, I think it has to be your D-pad right, but since I don't have since we made all the changes like I mentioned before, and we don't have stop the pad installed right now, so we now really can't do too much. All right, we cannot really do too much. Maybe in the next tutorial we need to go ahead and cover stop the pad, ultimate backup, and what do you call it, compilate as well, and then we can go ahead and at that point we'll be able to pull over people like this, able to ask them a couple questions, able to maybe give them some tickets or something like that. All right, so with that said, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and let this person go. So thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.